Hi and welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben and this is my review for Netflix's original series, Handsome Siblings. The story of twin brothers who are separated by birth and brought up by rivaling masters. They reunite 18 years later to get revenge for their parents' death and take over the martial arts world. This is adapted from a novel. There's also actually a 1992 film, I believe, and there are many episodes to this series. It's released weekly. I think there's about 14 episodes now. So far, so good. If you like high-flying wire work at its best and love triangles and dramas and really epic scene natures, like epic scales and fantastic comedy, which is only really good if you know the culture. I know a little bit with the culture, but I think that you might miss some of the jokes because it can fly over one's head if they're doing a certain joke, but it's to do with the culture and it's to do with how it comes across. If you love martial arts, you need to give this series a bit of time, although I would say watch the first episode. If you like that, then you're going to like the rest. This is some of the best wire work I've seen in a long time, and some of the craziest characters you will see, especially the 12 Zodiacs, and that's just within the first episodes, but wait till you see what comes later. It reminds me of things like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. It has that sort of flair and beauty to it, like, you know, people skipping and running across the water, and then there's just simple comedic moments which will probably have you laughing or confused as to why it's funny, but the characters are laughing, and then just some really dramatic moments. The themes they tackle in this as well, there's some stuff like self-harm and later on death and, you know, suicide. There's a lot going on within this, and it's also very political for the time. I think that was always the case. So who's allowed to do what is right, and you're basically thrust upon who you will love, and that is all to do with the culture and the time, and it looks fantastic. The costume work and the design is so good. I really love the intricacies of the culture as well. You know, everything has to be perfect, from clothing design to the way you drink a cup of tea to the way you hold a sword. That's what's always kind of engrossed me, and I think they show that a lot within this series. A lot of fun to watch. I would say you need to watch this with the original language and the subtitles because you get the nuances and flow of the storyline and the characters. If you try and watch this if you have both languages up at the same time, so say you have the English up and you're reading the subtitles as well, you'll see that the story is sometimes different because the translation doesn't quite correlate to what they're trying to say, or there just isn't a word that can be translated quite the same. So listening to the original language and reading the dub is okay, but you might miss some of the nuances. But it's not like you're going to be able to learn the language just like that. There's some really funny moments that I enjoyed, even the way they say certain things, and I think that does come down to translation. The names of things. So the Wicked Canyon is where the Wicked gather. That I'm not doing any spoilers because that's just in the first episode. But yeah, the names of things are funny, and I think it's only funny to someone that's outside of the culture. I keep mentioning culture because there is a difference, and I imagine you would view this differently if you're from China, you're listening to the original language and you understand who the nuances, but if you're me and you love martial arts and the great action set pieces and people flying about, it'll mean different things to different cultures. That's what I'm saying, and I think that's okay. I get a lot out of this. I thought it was a lot of fun, so that's what you're looking for. I think you can't go wrong with this. You're gonna be invested because there are many episodes coming. Also, it's definitely soap. I would say, like, in England you get a soap that's like EastEnders, and everybody loves that. I imagine this is like a martial arts soap because it's hour-long episodes, but there's many of them. They've drawn the story out. I'm looking forward to see how it comes to fruition. I hope it does it justice. But if you get sucked into the characters like I did within the first episode even, you're probably going to be in for a long investment. I'm going to give this a B. I think it's solid. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with the rest of the series. Let me know in the comments below. Do you enjoy this? What is your favorite martial art film with wire work? Thanks so much for watching this review, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.